All right, so what we're gonna try and do here, where is this? I'm doing it too, is rep out the COC number 4. As far as we know, it's never been done on camera before. This is quite the feat.
Got it.
All right. Got a COC number 4 here, and it's gonna be done with a credit card close. Yep. Do you think you have the strongest grip strength in the world? And what do you think defines that?
PR lifestyle is more than just hitting a PR in the squat, bench, or deadlifts. A PR could be going a week without skipping a meal. It's about being the best version of yourself, always improving.
Come on, somebody out there sitting working harder than you. No! Oh! No! Somebody working harder! Hurry up! Let's go! Somebody gonna outwork you. Somebody outwork you right now.
You versus you.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I have a very special guest. I'm here with 6'10", 335-pound Carl. And thank you for having me in your home.
You're very welcome.
And he today is going to do one of the most impressive feats of grip strength I've ever seen. He's going to close a Captain Crush gripper number 4, right? And you're one of the very few people since these grippers have ever been released to be certified at a COC number 4, right? It's the most difficult gripper in the world, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. And do you know the list, like how many people have ever done it?
There's 5 others, but the last one was nearly 20 years ago,
Wow.
and before they introduced the credit card rule. So you used to be able to just close it and show it closed, whereas now you got to swipe the credit card. So nobody else has done it with a credit card.
Okay. Wow. 20-year-old record. Well, you can't say it's a record, but that's the last person that's ever done it.
Yeah.
Right? And I believe just about everyone that's ever been to the gym and taken strength training, even like semi-seriously, has tried a COC gripper. Probably never even seen a number 4. When I first started training, my first couple of years as a teenager, one of the first things I did, I wanted to be strong, is get these Captain Crush grippers. And I had a pretty good start. I remember closing a 3 pretty easy, but I never was consistent enough to get to a 3.5, let alone a 4. There's a massive difference, right? So we're gonna let Carl get warmed up, okay? And we'll also touch on some of the other grip tools he has and have him just give a little brief walkthrough of your regular grip training workout, because I'm very interested to see how one trains to get to that level. And it took you how long?
About 7 years. I'm just specializing on grippers. Yeah.
So it was not a sprint. Wow. 7 years. And your hands, for the most part, feel pretty good? Like no arthritis or
No.
carpal tunnel, nothing like that?
No.
Awesome.
No, fine.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you get warmed up, man, and we'll enjoy the show.
Thank you. Okay, so just a 2.
Oh, let's get this on Snapchat. Give me 1 second. Before you close it, I'm going to let him capture it from my other platforms. All right. That's a COC number. COC number 2. All right, do it one more time. All right, that's a COC number 2. Butter.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I didn't even get the chance to focus. There we go.
Are you equally strong in both hands?
Yeah, but because I'm recovering from tricep surgery, I just take it easier with the left at the moment because I only had the surgery in end of April, so
Okay.
I'll go like part way through and then I'll stop with this on.
Okay.
Just because at some point you got to recruit the tricep to stabilize a little bit.
Oh, I didn't. Huh. Would have imagined that. What's the best you've ever done with the left hand?
Like an easy number 4, like
Really?
but not with a credit card, not by any means.
So with the right, you've done the credit card.
Yeah.
then? Okay.
Right's a good 10-15% stronger.
I mean, I think all the arm wrestling fans are getting excited right now. Like, wow, how do we get him on our side, man? How do we recruit you with that kind of grip strength? Unbelievable. Not just that though, but your stature, your frame. You know, you'd have a major advantage over everyone just being as tall as you are, long levers, big hands. You know, so this is you entering your prime. I was saying off camera, he's entering his prime age for arm wrestling. 43 years old. And you've been doing grip training for well over 7 years, right? Not just for training for the COC number 4, but you've been grip training for like a lifetime, right?
No, I was a shot put and discus thrower.
Okay.
And then when I retired from that, I started concentrating on grip. I'd done some grip related stuff, you know, just by default with the lifting for throwing, but specifically training for grip is 7 years. Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay, that's when you started your entire grip training. Okay.
Yeah, that's like when I started axle and all the other lifts as well. Yeah.
He was telling me that we actually briefly met about 4 years ago at the strongman competition in LA.
Yeah.
Have you had your strength improved much since then?
Yeah, I think that day I did about 210 kilos on the Poland's axle, and now, like last December, I got the world record on it at 237.5.
All right.
So,
yeah, I believe he came up in discussion when I was talking with Ode about the best lifts he's seen. And the Saxon bar, do you hold the record for that too?
Yeah, 300 pounds. So
Wow.
136.5 kilos.
Oh, jeez.
That's maybe my best record, I think. In relation to what other people have done, it's a bigger chunk ahead, I think.
I mean, for context, my best was 120. Ode, I think, did 125 or so. Is his best?
Yeah, maybe right around there, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at it, though.
He's right behind you, right? Like second place?
Yeah, I think Martin's has
Martin's.
done maybe 126,
Okay.
something like that. But nobody else has done 130 yet.
Let alone 136.
Right.
And Martins was world's strongest man winner. So that really gives some perspective on how strong your hands are.
Like I'm specialized. Like, you know, if I had to be doing 800-pound deadlifts, it's different. Like you grip short from a lot of the things you do by default, so you don't get that recovery time.
Right.
Why are the big guys always soft-spoken?
Well, they have to be because we're intimidating with our size as it is.
You try not to inflict conflict.
Right.
Because if we do, and there is conflict, we're the ones that get in trouble.
Right.
Always.
The big guy.
The little guy can punch you in the face, but if you punch him back, you're the one in trouble.
That's
We're the ones
Everyone
that know
else.
better.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
2.5.
Okay.
All right, 2.5. Let's see it. Oh, there we go. You got it. Yeah, we're good.
Made by Powerball Company. And so it says 400 pounds here, whereas the Captains of Crush number 4, the manufacturer says 365. But this rates at like 203 with their system, whereas an average number 4 is 214. So this is actually a little easier than, it's comparable to a 4, but it's easier. It's not harder. These numbers are kind of arbitrary. They'd help you identify what grip is harder within a manufacturer's range, but it doesn't mean that much, that number. They just picked it out of thin air.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Picked it out of thin air. That's
Well, they pretty much.
there to stroke your ego.
Yeah.
You got a 400-pound crushing strength. But
Right.
really, it's
Because
203.
people get confused. They think, I can close a 200-pound gripper. And a 200-pound gripper by that sort of manufacturer is like a 1. Or, you know, it's not
Yeah.
difficult at all.
Nothing to be too proud of. You're closing the 1 and maxing out. But it's a good start. It's a good start.
Exactly.
But going back to the other point about how you can't just go over to a Thomas inch dumbbell and pick it up cold, right? You can't just pick
I
up.
wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, you were saying you could probably do well over 30, 40 pounds
Yes.
if you were warmed up.
Yeah.
And how you grab a gripper, you would do like you could probably do a 3 or 3.5 cold, but
Right.
much more if you're warmed up.
Right.
That it's with grip. I think maybe it might be deceptively easy to look at it and go, well, you know, you don't need much warming up, but it's your CNS that you're targeting when you're training any feat of strength. So you have to treat it accordingly. That's why even today I'm not having any fun with it as much as I'd love to. I got a match with Leonidas in a few days, and if I were to try and max out my grip here, I would deplete my CNS, right? So the training, well, 2 weeks out from the event, I'm taking it easy, right? I'm doing bodybuilding training, getting a little pump, but I'm not testing my strength, something like this, which is essentially a 1 rep max for my hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I only do grippers once a week, and you don't sense the fatigue from them like you would with a bench press or a squat the days after. But if you try and do them again, you're sure as heck weaker. You're nowhere near recovered. It takes sort of 5, 6, 7 days to get the strength back to where it was for me, anyway.
Definitely. You know, that's about right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's well. I can even ask you now. Like, how do you train when now that you've already accomplished it? Before you did the number 4, how did you know when you can move up to the next gripper? Like when you first started out 7 years ago, how did you approach your training? Was it, you said once a week, and how much volume did you do? Reps? Did you do?
Well, in the beginning, I probably made some mistakes, and it's evolved over time. And also, I think it's not quite proportionate. As I've got stronger, I need more rest between sessions. I used to just sort of build up and do maybe 5, 6, 7 reps per set, 4 or 5 sets, and then the top set would be as many reps as I can do, sort of 6, 7 rep range with a gripper. And then when I could get 7, I could close the next like half. So if I could close a 3 for 7, I could close the 3.5 for 1. Something like that. And then now my training sort of evolved to, I do lots of sort of low rep warm up sets, so just sort of potentiation I'd call them, and then some singles up to usually a sub-maximal single, and then I'll do 2 rep sets after with a slightly easier gripper for sort of 7 to 12 rep range, and 2 sets of that, and then that takes some recovering from. But that's what I found I need to do to make further progress, or have had to do to get to where I am now.
All right, that's pretty straightforward. And that'd be weekly. You would do that?
Yeah. And I 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You know, like I push maybe 6, 7, 8 weeks tops with the heavy grippers, and then I'll take 3 weeks where I just do reps with the lighter one. Like I don't go to those higher poundages, just to kind of give the tendons a little break.
Very similar approach I'd have with powerlifting. Interesting. Got a peaking phase and everything for grippers. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a 3. So this is the last one that I'll do like 3 reps with, and then I go to singles usually now.
Perfect. Okay.
Hear the knuckles cracking.
Yeah.
Finally on that one.
Now they're warm. Gotta take it through to do it.
Okay.
The manufacturers that
Yeah.
are in between the 3.5.
Yeah, they're mostly Captains of Crush, but you can see, like this is Grip Genie, Jujimufu
Oh, okay.
gripper.
Do you think you have the strongest grip strength in the world? And what do you think defines that?
Well, I don't think that's really my place to say, but the way I look at it, or when I studied grip, was if I can, I see the 3 pillars of grip as crush, thick bar, and pinch. And so at the moment, I think I've got the best crush. I've got the Axel world record for thick bar, and I've got the Saxon bar world record for pinch. So I think I'm certainly in the argument, but it's not. I would never say that. That's for other people to decide.
Well, if you can't say it, then I will. This is the world's strongest hand. Can I shake that hand again? Jesus. Can we do a hand measurement?
I think it won't be any bigger than yours.
Can you stretch them out any longer?
No.
Are they?
This one, stretch a
this
bit
one?
more.
Okay.
This one.
That one has some wear and tear.
Yeah.
You know,
Let me see
almost
from the side there.
trying to see the width, like what's
Yeah.
different. You're definitely slightly wider. Yeah, this is where I see the difference.
Here, the muscles are fairly big. Yours is big too.
Yeah, but you know, very rare do I see anyone with this developed as I do. And this is, you're probably one of the only people that has it. That has this. Everyone's saying, "How do you get this?" I'm like, "I don't know."
You see, Bill Casbar's got it.
Is it a gift? I guess so. Now, is there anyone you would say? Okay, so who is in the argument then? Right, you were saying you're definitely in the argument. So who'd be like the top 3 guys, with yourself included?
Oh,
like
putting me on the spot. People would say, it depends on the events.
right.
Grippers isn't usually a contested event, so I don't feel that's a competition. I see that more as something that you have as a personal goal and you can work towards, and I try to help everybody that asks me as much as possible to give them advice on that, because I don't feel like I'm in competition with them on that. In the other events, there's several people, and there's some people that probably would be good but haven't yet competed really, like Brian Shaw, kind of unknown. But there's Alexei Tuklov, the Russian. He's one of the best all round for sure. And then there's others that are certainly the best pound for pound or in their weight category, because they do have weight categories.
Right.
But yeah, it's Mike Burke was really good, and I don't think he really specialized in grip. He was doing it whilst he was doing strongman.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's a few, but yeah, I don't really want to say.
Sure. Look, I'm interested to hear your opinion and see who you think is one of the best. And
I can throw some names out there of the people that are at the top for sure. There's Tanner Merkel, Jed Johnson, Adam Glass, Ode. Ode, the strongest grip over 70 that's probably ever lived on the face of the earth, in my opinion. I've never seen anything comparable at his age. Forget about it.
that's a feat in itself.
Yeah, Alexei Tuklov, David LeBay, he's strong. Yeah, there's several others, but I don't think there's any one person you could say that's it.
Well, I think the fact that you're able to do the certified number 4 and no one's done it in 20 years, while as impressive as that is, it's the most closely relatable to everyone watching, because a lot of these specialty grip tools aren't accessible for most people that are watching, training at a commercial gym. But most people have tried a Captain Crush gripper. And we actually recently went to a gym, not just people on the beach, for example, over in Riverside Fitness Mania. And we had about 10, 20 guys come up and try the grippers. Most couldn't do a 1.5. I think the highest we saw was our mate, like a half 2, And a lot of that is like setting the grip properly, right? Even I know how to do it myself, but I can't teach it. Right? It just feels right when I have it in the right spot, but I can't teach that to someone else. I don't know how to do that yet, so I'll ask you at the end of the video. But I like that it's relatable, right? Everyone has tried a gripper at some point in their life. Maybe not a Captain Crush gripper, but that those watching know you're closing the hardest one in the world, right? And no one's ever done it since 20 years ago. I think makes you, at least in my opinion, the most impressive hands in the world right now.
Well, thank you, Larry.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see it happen. We're getting close. Those hands are getting warm.
Yep.
Starting to look purple.
The widest gripper I own, like the spread between the handles.
Yeah.
So it's a 3 again, but it's harder.
And it's still from Captain Crush.
Yeah. If you measure this distance, it's like 80 plus millimeters.
Oh, that's
whereas
significant.
Average is like 73, 75. So yeah, so it's the same thing, but
Okay. Got it.
see how it sticks off like here more.
Oh yeah.
3.5.
I think I got that there. Yeah, good. It's just so funny that it's like so easy.
Yeah. Well, it's what it's like to be strong.
Like
Not just strong, but
It's like asking Larry to deadlift 700. It look easy. You know?
once I get warmed up, yeah,
Yeah.
it's still pretty easy.
You have to make it feel easy if you're gonna.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
You, psychologically not good if you grind it on the 700 and you're going to try 900. You know? So you pick it up and put it down. You know?
That's for damn sure. And those PR days, if those warm-ups ain't flying, call it. You know from the warm-ups. It's never like, it's just in your head. Like, no, it's in my body. And my body's telling me I'm not ready.
Yeah.
You know?
This is Jujimufu's Grip Genie number 6, the hardest gripper they make.
Okay.
So this is sort of between a 3.5 and a 4.
Okay.
It's like a step between.
Makes it a great warm-up tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also has slightly narrower handles, so you have to close it a little deeper to make them touch.
Okay.
So which is a good warm-up again. That's why I have it. Okay, did you got that?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Right.
Just waiting for it to get harder.
Yeah. Right.
Have you ever repped the number 4? No, we spoke about that potentially happening today. The way that looks, it's like, if anyone can do it.
I have not from such a wide set.
Wow. So it has been done.
Yeah, it's been done.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So then the plan of attack is we're going to do a non-credit card close with number 4, right? And then attempt.
See how it feels.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
So I imagine, considering that you feel confident to attempt an even harder version of that same gripper, which is the credit card close, that your grip stamina is pretty damn good. Because if I hit the number 3, my winner max, like I have nothing after that. It just goes downhill from there.
Much the same, but because my 1 rep max is higher now, these earlier ones aren't taking as much out of me as, at one time they were my max. They're different. So as long as the percentage is low enough, it's not taking too much out.
Right. I think you're saying that if there was like a gripper harder than number 4, right, because you've passed that now. It's not really your max. It's just the max that you can find in a gripper. Makes sense. All right. Get excited.
Getting nervous.
Stop getting so excited. You're making him nervous.
If you're not nervous, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
They're all like, I'm very, very deliberate with the placement of the handle in my hand. Like I'm lining it up with the lines on my hand. Every rep the same, and so it's starting to get a bit more jittery. You have to really sort of try and relax enough to make sure everything's accurate where I need it. So if I put the handle in the wrong position, it's not going to happen. You've got to get it correct, the alignment.
Interesting.
We'll definitely have you teach me how to have that perfect alignment and how to people watching can find it. I've always wondered, okay, what's like the perfect alignment? I've just kind of figured it out and got to a point where I can get to a 3, but it's not like consistent. It's definitely not consistently in the same place every time. Never thought about using the lines on my hand as
so I
tool.
do that so that it's not just by feel. I do it so I can practice every rep every week the same to get the strength on the correct line.
There it is.
Okay, I'll let you show it.
Here we have a COC number 4.
Okay, just hold it steady for me, bro.
Hardest gripper, period, dot. Okay.
Can you try it, Larry?
Absolutely not. I've tried it 3.5 and couldn't budge that.
Yeah.
Stand behind you, both in the shot. Come on, Carl. Yep. Come on, Carl. Yep. There it is. Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
I was expecting.
Wow.
Not that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Like, that was a powerful.
That was quick.
That wasn't like, yeah.
That was
wasn't
not your max.
No.
That was, there's room for more.
Where's the 4.5?
Well, there may have to be a PR 4.5 that comes next. 'Cause,
Yeah.
well, you'd be the only one ever to close it.
Right.
Because this hasn't been closed and certified in 20 years.
Until a couple weeks ago.
Until a couple weeks ago, right?
That's also the hardest one I've got. It's like the hardest one I've ever been able to buy at 220. It's harder than average.
Right.
With a tag on there.
It's rated at 220. It's harder than the average 4, as if anyone's even closing the average 4.
Yeah.
Maybe the one I've been closed is like a average 4.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So, curious, Carl. So, when somebody buys this from Captains of Crush, you don't absolutely know if it's going to be an average one or a tough one, do you?
Well, the range is small. Like they say, they're all the same.
Yeah.
But in the manufacturing process, just the slightest like angle differences here and there, it makes a little difference. So a sort of easy one, like average is 214. Most of them are 5 pounds either side of that, and then the sort of 10% of them might be just slightly either side of that.
Right.
You know, so there's not that much variation, but between the very easiest one and the very hard one, there's more variation. You know, then.
And yours is 220, right?
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Wow. I think the credit card close may be in order then, since I was successful, relatively easy. Not that I've seen many people close the number 4, only one other. From what I could tell, there was room for more. How you feeling for it?
It's never a given.
Right.
It's not guaranteed.
But I feel all right. You know, I felt no problem. So.
Okay. I see the confidence in your eyes.
Yeah.
You're a very humble guy, but I can tell when you're confident already. You get it. So, the certification process, is that by video submission, or does someone, do you have to do it at a certain place in front of someone?
Submission, but they you have to sort of submit a video ahead of time for the opportunity to certify, showing you can do it already.
Okay.
Which is a challenge because it's sort of you kind of got to peak and then maintain the peak, you know. So it's like deadlift 900 pounds, then do it a week later, you know. So that makes it hard.
How do you do that?
And so, they send you the package, and then you show the package sealed on camera, and you open it on camera. You show the gripper in its like vacuum sealed package. You show your number on the bottom. You keep it in the frame the whole time, and then you do it. So it's a little stressful because it's like if you fumble it or you drop it, you're done. Like it's over. So it's. You
have to, of course, show the close, right?
You show the close has to be on there. Yeah.
So you can't do. You have to be just like this.
Yeah, and actually, I think to do it in person may actually be easier in the sense that doing it on camera, you've got to sort of stay right here for you to capture it, whereas it may be stronger to sort of put your whole body down, like down here to it, but you can't do that on camera because you'll never show and never capture it. Right. But you can do it in person because the human eye can sort of follow it
absolutely
faster than the camera can focus on it.
Yeah, you definitely got to focus doing that.
Got it.
All right. Got a COC number 4 here, and it's going to be done with a credit card close. All right, sir, if you would do the honor. This is it. Yep. Yep, here it is. Yep. Oh, that's definitely a close. That's a close. Oh,
Awesome.
my God.
Fucking awesome.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Like a pause rep, and then you have to close it.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Wow.
And it's like a solid hold. It's not like a, you know what I mean?
No, it's fucking
it's
the
a
real
real deal. Yeah, it's a real fucking deal.
Well, then after.
Yeah, good.
All right, so what we're going to try and do here, whereas if I'm doing it too, is rep out the COC number 4. As far as we know, it's never been done on camera before. This is quite the feat.
Okay, I'll be right here.
Here we go. Yep. Okay. Oh, wow. Whoa, my God. Oh, my God. Wow. Unbelievable. Jeez. How many was that? I was just in awe that it was more than one.
I don't have a lot of oxygen in my brain, so I think it was 5.
Jesus.
I'd have to look at the video.
Wow.
Crazy.
I don't know what the title of this video is going to be because there's so much like that's been done.
Anything. No, yeah.
I don't even know. I got to brainstorm that.
I already know.